Today we dive into 3 raw confessions that will pull at every hidden nerve. The first story follows a night where a sudden freeze revealed a buried trauma that threatened to shatter a budding relationship. The second story takes us to a tense family dinner, where a seemingly innocent comment about dark babies exposed deep cultural wounds and forced a couple to confront prejudice head-on. Finally, we explore a haunting psychological battle, where one partner's delusion about pregnancy turned love into a nightmare. Each tale is a reminder that truth, however painful, can be the first step toward healing. He was 23, trying to be intimate with his girlfriend when a flash of past assault hit him like a wave. His body went still, sweat poured, and she sensed something was terribly wrong. She asked if they should stop, he nodded, and she left the room, phone in hand, trying to give him space. The silence that night stretched for hours, leaving him feeling exposed and terrified of his own mind. The next morning she left a note, promising to listen whenever he was ready, a simple act that felt like an anchor in his storm. Their connection, once effortless, now felt fragile, but that note became a lifeline that kept them from drifting apart. They had met in college, bonded over shared jokes and late-night study sessions. For 2 years they built a routine of cooking together, leaving sticky notes of affirmation, and supporting each other through families and jobs. He had never felt that level of safety before, and she became his rock after years of chaotic relationships. Their love felt steady, like a lighthouse guiding him away from past darkness, making the sudden freeze feel like a betrayal of his trust in her gentle presence. Every meal they shared, every laugh, reinforced a sense of home that now seemed under siege by invisible ghosts from his past. He had never spoken about his past assaults, fearing judgment or disbelief. Small triggers, loud breaths, sudden touches, would make him flinch, but he hid it behind jokes. She noticed his occasional withdrawal and the way his eyes darted during intimacy, yet she interpreted it as nervousness, not trauma. Their friends never asked, and he never opened up, creating a fragile silence that grew louder each night, until the memory finally crashed like a wave on a calm shore. The missed cue of a sigh, the sudden need to change the channel, all hinted at an inner battle he kept locked away. After the freeze, he finally accepted therapy and began opening up about his past. She supported him with patience, cooking meals, leaving encouraging notes, and never pressing for answers. Together they learned that no includes hesitations, building a deeper trust. Today they celebrate small victories, shared smiles, gentle touches, and honest conversations, proving that even the darkest moments can become stepping stones toward healing and stronger love. Their journey reminds us that vulnerability, when met with compassion, can turn shattered glass into a mosaic of renewed hope. From healing trauma to confronting family prejudice, our next tale explores a couple's fight over their future children's heritage. It's a story about love straddling 2 cultures, a misunderstanding that spirals into hurt, and the courage required to stand up for a shared vision of family. Stay with us as we unpack the tension, the moments of clarity, and the ultimate decision that reshapes their future together. He stood before his girlfriend's parents, heart pounding, after her father warned him that their future children might be dark babies. The conversation spiraled, her mother mistook his visit for a surprise proposal, and the room filled with Korean whispers about money and rings. He left bewildered, his secret engagement plan exposed, while she clung to him, insisting her love didn't care about skin tone. The clash of cultures and expectations threatened to tear their future apart in a single afternoon, turning a hopeful evening into a battlefield of assumptions and unspoken fears. They had been together for 3 years, meeting at a coffee shop where they bonded over music and late-night walks. He loved her confidence, she adored his humor. Their families were worlds apart, he was Black, she was Korean, yet they dreamed of a shared future, even planning a proposal. Their love felt rebellious and hopeful, a bridge between 2 cultures, and they believed that love could overcome any obstacle, even the subtle disapproval that lingered in family gatherings. Every shared sunset, every inside joke, built a tapestry they hoped would survive any storm. Her father's offhand comment about dark babies lingered like a shadow. She brushed it off, but his anxiety grew each time her family spoke Korean around him. He noticed her mother's sudden curiosity about rings and felt the pressure to prove himself. Their conversations grew tense, with each trying to avoid the subject. Small gestures, avoiding eye contact at family dinners, rehearsing how to answer the question "when will you propose?" signaled an undercurrent of fear and cultural clash. The unspoken weight of expectations began to erode the easy laughter they once shared. During an unplanned visit, her mother opened the door, assuming he had already proposed, and demanded to see the ring. The misunderstanding erupted, exposing their secret plan. Her father's earlier warning resurfaced, and the couple realized they were not just fighting for love but also for acceptance of their future children's identity. The tension peaked when she finally confronted her dad, demanding that love, not skin tone, define their family's future. In that charged moment, honesty cut through the pretense, forcing everyone to reconsider the true meaning of family. They sat down with her parents, clarified their intentions, and agreed that any child would be loved unconditionally, regardless of complexion. He pledged to keep communication open, and she promised to stand firm against prejudice. Today they plan a proper proposal, with both families present, turning a moment of fear into a celebration of unity. Their love now stands stronger, rooted in honesty and mutual respect across cultures. The experience taught them that confronting uncomfortable truths early can forge bonds that survive any societal pressure. From cultural battles to a mind-shattering delusion, our final story dives into a husband's desperate fight to protect his wife's fragile reality. It's a tale of love tested by mental health, the fine line between support and enabling, and the painful decisions partners must make when reality seems to slip away. Stay tuned as we walk through the darkness together and discover how compassion can become a lifeline. He woke to his wife's frantic cries, her hands clutching a positive-looking pregnancy test that had been proven wrong by doctors. She was convinced she was carrying twins, posting daily updates in online support groups, while every medical scan said otherwise. The house filled with baby decorations, and his anxiety grew as she spiraled deeper into belief, fearing abandonment. The night she screamed at him for making her a liar, the fragile foundation of their marriage cracked wide open, leaving him to wonder how to hold on to love when reality seemed to vanish. Married for 8 years, they built a life of routine, weekend hikes, shared playlists, and quiet evenings cooking together. He adored her optimism, and she treasured his steadiness. They had weathered job changes and health scares, always supporting each other. When they decided to start a family, hope blossomed. The sudden shift from hopeful planning to a terrifying delusion felt like a betrayal of the trust they'd cultivated over years of partnership. Every shared memory now seemed tinged with doubt, and he struggled to reconcile his love with the growing crisis. Months before the crisis, she began obsessively tracking her cycles, joining forums about cryptic pregnancy. She posted vague symptoms online, and his attempts to question her were met with defensive accusations of not believing her. She started buying maternity clothes and rearranging the bedroom without telling him. He noticed her growing isolation, the way she whispered about the baby's heartbeat while clutching a phone filled with supportive strangers, each reinforcing her conviction. The subtle changes, late-night searches, sudden silence during meals, were early alarms he missed in his desire to protect her. When he finally insisted on a doctor's visit, the physician calmly explained that medically, pregnancy was impossible. She erupted, screaming that the doctor didn't understand her gut feeling. A panic attack followed, her heart racing, breath shallow, and the doctor recommended an involuntary 72-hour observation for her safety. The husband, terrified of losing her, filed the necessary paperwork, feeling torn between love and the need to protect her from herself. That night, the house felt like a courtroom where fear and love argued over who would win. After the observation period, she agreed to intensive therapy and medication. He remained by her side, attending sessions, learning how to validate her feelings without reinforcing delusion. They now schedule weekly check-ins, focusing on grounding techniques and realistic family planning. Though scars remain, the couple has rediscovered a deeper connection, built on patience, compassion, and a renewed commitment to face any storm together. Their story shows that even the most unsettling mental battles can be navigated when partners choose empathy over judgment.